Okie dokie. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody's coming out with their review of the Acolyte episode 5. So, let's check out the Critical Drinker. Get over there and subscribe. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. Let's see here. There we go. And knowing him, this is going to be funny.
The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
I have no name, but a Jedi like you might call me Sith.
If you attack a Jedi with a weapon, you will fail. Steel or laser are no threat to them. Are you serious?
Just when I thought I would.
That was one of the most badass kills I've ever seen. 1, pop, pop. 2, 3.
Out. They pull me back in.
You know, after the absolute dumpster fire that was episode 3, I genuinely thought that I was done with the Acolyte. I mean, episode 4 was basically 30 minutes of people walking aimlessly through really fake-looking jungle sound stages, to the point where I couldn't even think of anything interesting to say about it. But throughout the promotion for this show, Leslie Headland kept threatening us with a lightsaber battle that was going to rival the prequels in terms of spectacle and awesomeness.
Listen, it did not. I can't say it was good enough to rival, but I think it's close enough to have been in a prequel. But it doesn't be the iconic Duel of Fates. It doesn't. So yeah, but people are arguing about it online. I don't think it measures up. But there was definitely some badassery. Put it this way. If there was people saying it is, I'm not going to argue with them about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be like, yo, you're stupid. You're a moron for thinking that. I wouldn't think that. I'm like, with the badassery that was in it, I could just, maybe some new school thinking on it. Maybe some Zoomers, they think it's better. I don't know. But I guess an argument could be made if you want to go count for the badassery moments. Some of you I know would put the story in there. What's at stake on there? The unveiling of the first double-bladed lightsaber. The first Jedi ninja Sith. Because I remember when he first came out, when they were talking about Maul during the marketing, people were saying it's like he's like a Jedi ninja or Darth Ninja. I remember hearing people say that on TV. I remember that. So it was a whole thing, but
And I guess this is what she must have had in mind, because as much as the previous episode was defined by its complete lack of action, this one is entirely consumed by it. I'm not kidding, A good 80% of this episode is people dueling, punching each other, kicking each other, force pushing, force levitating, and headbutting lightsabers.
I personally like it. I do. Someone said he's also got bracelets, so he's got some Wonder Woman that he was using to stop him. I forgot the name of the stuff. People littered my comments with the name of the metal, but it's not what This Is the Way the Mandalorians use. Beskar. It's not that, because Beskar, you saw people fighting against Beskar and it didn't turn the lightsabers off. It's another metal. It sends a charge to them. It shorts them out. And I guess apparently it prevents you from using the Force to read people's minds. It's brittle too. That's the reason why the girl was able to break his helmet with a couple of elbow shots.
But don't worry, we'll get into that one soon enough.
I did not know that was X-23, by the way. I did not know that was little girl Wolverine.
Believe that. First
Wait.
up, though, if I had to be...
People love that now.
Super generous towards this show, because never let it be said that I don't find the positives in even the most depressingly terrible examples of modern entertainment. I'll at least say that there's a little bit of skill and stakes involved in this one. I mean, it's still let down by horrifically bad writing, of course. Character motivations flip on a dime, and people constantly make nonsensical decisions that actively work against their own interests, but at least the fight choreographers earned their paychecks this time around, unlike other shows I could mention. Anyway, allow me to bring you up to speed on current events. This won't take long. So in episode 4, a strong female antagonist went to Jungle Planet to kill Jedi Wookiee, only to have a change of heart for absolutely no reason and surrender herself to Squid Game Guy and the others. But then Smilo Ren showed up at the end to totally crash the party. And that's it. That's literally everything that happened in that episode. Why do I get the feeling that this show was originally going to be like 4 episodes long, but they were told to spin it out into 8 to make it seem more impressive? Anyway, whatever. Episode 5 picks up with the resulting battle of Squid Game Guy, dumb male character, strong female character number 2, and a bunch of nameless extras versus Smilo Ren. And it carries on with that premise for the next 21 minutes. I know this because I timed it while watching because I had nothing better to do, frankly, and this brings me to my first
that part right there?
of the episodes. You know how one of the big complaints about the final duel in episodes...
That's that ninja feet moving. They do that in martial arts movies. I actually like that whole...
complaints about the final duel in Revenge of the Sith is that for
whatever,
this
I'm not going
visual
back.
spectacle, it goes on for so long that it kind of burns out its momentum and exhausts the audience. Well, that one lasted for a grand total of 11 minutes and 42 seconds of screen time, which is roughly half the length of the battle in this episode.
Okay.
And that's not even counting all the additional fights that happen afterwards, or the fact that this one takes place on one jungle location at night, which is neither interesting nor visually engaging. As I keep reminding Tatiana, just because it's longer doesn't make it better. There's also no consistent motivation for it. Any of the characters involved in it. Dumb male character, for example, is ordered to escort strong female protagonist back to the ship to the point where he's willing to physically restrain her if she doesn't obey him, until she tells him that they have to go back because Smilo Ren wants to kill their friends, and he's like, okay, did you not realise that he was there to kill everyone right off the bat? Why do you think he showed up with a lightsaber, you dick? Strong female character number 2, on the other hand, tries to arrest strong female antagonist, but consistently stops to read her out a list of charges before actually restraining
I knew she looked familiar. I did not know she was X-23.
her.
You're under arrest for the murder of Master and Dora, the murder
It's not fucking NYPD Blues here, love. You don't have to Mirandize someone in the middle of a fucking battle. Smilo Ren, meanwhile, does the classic villain
They have to read her galactical rights.
move of beating the shit out of a main character, only to cut and run when he's got them at his mercy. What do you think they're gonna do next? Give up and go home? You know they're just gonna regroup and come after you again later, probably at a really inconvenient moment when you're about to kill someone else and... never mind. Also, he seems to have unlocked the ability to neutralize lightsabers by headbutting them. Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, I don't even know how to explain this one, but somehow his armor causes the lightsaber beam to short out, and it takes several seconds for them to fire up again. Why? Don't know, but it seems like a pretty useful thing that would totally change the nature of lightsaber duels.
It would have been nice if during the fight they'd be like, he's using... whatever, you know what I mean? Cordidium, whatever. Y'all, like I said, you littered my comment section with it. I've never figured this out with people. Why do they not? Well, I know why they don't, because they don't feel like reading the comments. Because like 9,000 of you wrote the name of the metal used instead of looking to see if any one person wrote it. So you don't have to.
In all future Star Wars installments, and who am I kidding? It's not like the writers would have considered the implications of world-altering tech like this. Why worry? It's not like it's $1 billion franchise you're dealing with or anything. Anyway, the result of the fight is that strong female character number 2 gets killed by multiple hits from a lightsaber dagger. Holy shit, people actually still die from this stuff? I honestly expected her to get up and walk away at the end. Oh yeah, and dumb male character gets his neck snapped or something. I don't know, I didn't really pay attention. Because these people aren't characters so much.
Made him look like trash, didn't he? Did that to him. Just outdueled him and broke his neck.
just walking vehicles for the plot. Then Smilo Ren's mask gets knocked off and he's revealed to be Discount Ezra Miller. You know, I have a few questions about this. Questions like, why did you expose your identity to the Jedi after token white guy got assassinated? Why did you allow strong female antagonists to leave you hanging in a tripwire? Why did you even take the risk of coming here when your goal is to remain hidden? Fuck. Yeah, well, those are questions for a plot that actually makes sense. Anyway, Squid Game guy beats him in a fist fight because his kung fu is strong, but then strong female protagonist convinces him to spare Discount Ezra Miller's life before planting a flashlight on him that attracts a bunch of giant wood lice that carry him off into the forest to be eaten.
Wood lice. You know what it reminds me of? Remember at the end of Ghost? That's what it reminded me of.
Fucking wish I was making this up. But then strong female antagonist shows up and stuns Squid Game guy so that both of the strong female characters can finally be together. Now, you might think that locking her in a room and setting the place on fire, destroying their childhood home and killing their entire family is the sort of thing that would be kinda tough to come back from, but strong female antagonist is like, well, the Jedi are bad too because they didn't give you a sense of purpose or something. All I did was destroy your life and try to burn you alive. Well, I'm convinced. Anyway, then they get into a pointless wrestling match and strong female antagonist pushes her off a cliff so that she can steal her clothes and give herself a lightsaber haircut to impersonate her and get close to Squid Game guy. Oh god, they're...
That's funny. I actually liked the cut. Although I thought she... for too long. But I liked the stylized cutting of the hair.
They're doing this thing with the twins, aren't they? What exactly do you think is going to happen to your sister if you leave her here alone, unconscious and unarmed in the middle of a hostile jungle? Yeah. I mean, if the local wildlife doesn't get her, then Smilo Ren almost
You know what's hilarious? This whole time, I had not realized that one had longer hair than the other. I never noticed. Showed you how much of a I gave. Oh boy.
Do you even care about her? Are you mental? Also, you'd think that Squid Game guy might be able to sense that this is not the same woman he came here with, but apparently the Force only works when it's convenient for the plots. Also, doesn't she have like a giant spiral
on her
forehead? Wouldn't you see it, even with her hair in the way? Instead, Squid Game guy just totally buys it and walks off back to the ship, leaving the dead bodies of all of his friends lying out there in the forest where they fell. Yeah. Jesus Christ, aren't you going to give them a decent...
Should be a little bit of a hint of burnt hair, too. In the air.
Burial? You know it's only a matter of time before the animals get to them.
You know it would have been really funny? If when she showed up, he was like... and then he just started talking to her like, oh shit, he smelled the burning hair, look.
Right? At the very least, you should collect up their lightsabers. I mean, those are priceless Jedi weapons and extremely dangerous in the wrong hands. But nah, you're just gonna leave them there. Fuck off, show. Honestly, every new episode of The Acolyte is another chance to showcase the different levels of failure on display. Episode 1 proved that they didn't know how to establish characters. Episode 2 showed that they had no ability to develop intrigue and investigation. Episode 3 showcased complete lack of understanding of the Force, religion, world building, and continuity.
I'll do that to Scarlo after this. Attack me with all your booty.
Episode 4 demonstrated a failure to create pace, tension, and character development, and Episode 5 proves that they don't understand how to do action either. The only question now is, what's even left for them to fail at? Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Alrighty, there you have it. There you guys have it. Well, it is what it is. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. I think I had a glitch during the recording of this. Hopefully there's no problem. Woo!